Do you keep hearing people talk about dopamine and wonder what they're always talking about? Well, you might benefit from The Dopamine Brain by Dr. Anastasia Hronis. An interesting book. Dopamine is one of the neurotransmitters in your brain. So often we kind of start to think about what gets fired up by dopamine. Of course, that is things like online shopping, pornography, dancing, booze, sex, drugs, alcohol, all that kind of stuff. And dopamine's been with us in our brains all the while. It doesn't mean that you're a dopamine addict if it is that you've got something that you're into, but of course, it prompts us to think about what are these sources that might lead us towards the path of addiction. And so she talks about the different elements of addiction. She talks about that there are activities, the three activities that are good for your brain and your body. And she talks about music, social connection, and exercise. No wonder going out dancing is so much fun. You can have all of them at once and then possibly a few vices along the way. She gets you thinking during this book about the balance in your life and whether you continue to move towards hedonism or whether instead you also kind of balance it up with purpose. Dopamine often drives us towards hedonism and just quick fix moments like reels, where you're just looking at something and being stimulated but not actually satisfied. And so in this book, she gives a list of like 100 possible values that someone could have and prompts you to think, which ones are you actually big on? What do you actually want to focus your life on? Because we all regularly have sort of choice points, those fork in the road moments where we have to think, do I just go for the easy thing, the little dopamine reward that ultimately won't satisfy, or do I actually want meaning and purpose and satisfaction that goes longer? And that often happens through sitting with the uncomfortable feelings, possibly breaking bad habits. And so with those uncomfortable feelings, do we avoid them? Do we distract ourselves from them? Or do we actually confront them and sort of overcome the bad habits? So yeah, lots of questions and helpful thought-provoking moments in this book. Worthwhile read.